Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Edward Jude. I'm an 18-year-old e-commerce entrepreneur, and today's video is actually a special one because today actually marks day one of my 2-week protein-sparing modified fast. And I wanted to see exactly how the system impacts my productivity, my focus, my mood, and to see if it has any correlations with exactly how much money I'm able to make. Now, I know a lot of you are probably wondering what the hell is a protein-sparing modified fast. So simply put, a PSMF is a very low calorie, very low carbohydrate, very high protein diet intended for rapid weight loss in individuals. Goal with this diet is to eat anywhere from 1.3 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body fat to maintain as much muscle as possible while keeping your fats and carbs as close to zero as possible throughout this entire period. Now on top of that, you're also going to be hitting 3 full body workouts every single week, training to failure and walking a minimum of 20,000 steps every single day. Now the funny thing is, this diet was actually made by doctors to help people with extreme obesity like literal whales cut fat before surgical operations. I wouldn't say I'm too obese myself, but I'm definitely not shredded either. I'd say I'm anywhere from 17 to 18% body fat. I'll actually put a picture of my current physique up on screen right here. Interesting thing is, the main reason I'm doing this diet is actually not to get lean, but to see how this diet impacts my focus, my productivity levels, my energy levels, my mood, and to see if the rumors that fasting actually improves your productivity are true. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm not a fitness influencer, but I'm very into my biohacking, so I'm very curious to see and also share with you guys exactly how the state of ketosis impacts my body, my mind, and most importantly, my business. It's actually quite interesting, but I'm actually feeling pretty sharp right now. Feeling energized. I don't feel like I'm dizzy or anything, even though I haven't had any carbs in, at this point, over 30 hours. I think it's because on the first day, my glycogen or my glucose stores are still full. I don't know, I'm not a biologist. I'm probably butchering the terms, but what I mean, my stores are still full because it's only the first day of the fast. From what I've heard online, it's going to take, I think, kicks in at about 3 to 4 days in. So because it's just the first day, still reaping the benefits of the lack of carbs. Anyways, I'm heading back to my dorm right now. Have a long day of work tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to get some good night's rest. And we're going to see how we're feeling tomorrow morning. Hello everybody from day 2 of the challenge. It is currently 2 p.m. I did not end up recording a video this morning because I was quite frankly too sleepy and too busy. I'm feeling all right. I've been walking for about 2 hours now. I'm basically at a park right now. Look at how beautiful it is. A beautiful sunny day here in Montreal. A bit of light rain earlier this morning, so the tracks are kind of muddy. My shoes are kind of dirty now. But either way, this park is, I believe, about 6 to 7 kilometers away. So we're at about 9 to 10,000 steps. Look at this lake here. It's coming to explore a bit of Montreal because I've only been here for 3 weeks. I've been so busy working, I really haven't been able to around the city. So about 9 to 10,000 steps this way. And on the way back, I'm going to walk another 9 to 10,000 steps. So we should be at 20K steps before it even hits noon. So it's pretty interesting. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm actually convinced that doing a protein-sparing modified fast, at least for the first couple days, is actually very beneficial to your focus levels, as is with any fast. Quite frankly, I've done multiple water fasts, 24-hour, 48-hour water fasts, where I eat basically nothing but water. I've done detoxes with like different drinks in the past as well. And every single time what I found is you do have these random urges and random moments where you are extremely hungry, or you just hope you could go to KFC or McDonald's and just grab a burger. It can suck sometimes, but if you're mentally tough enough to pass and push through those times, at the end of the tunnel is actually very beneficial. Because me personally, and from what I've heard from other biohackers and entrepreneurs and all these different people who like to do fast and try different things, fasting almost always improves your focus, because when you're light, when your stomach is light, your energy levels are much higher. You feel much lighter, not only physically, but that also translates to the mental side. If you're feeling mentally fogged, if you feel like there's something heavy inside your mind, even though that makes no sense, if you feel like you're kind of cramped up there, you feel like there's too much going on, or you're at an overwhelming stage in your life where you have a lot of work, you have a lot of errands, personal problems, social problems, I actually highly suggest you guys try out some form of a fast. Be a 24-hour fast if you want to take it up a notch. Maybe do a 3-day water fast, or for me, I'm doing a 2-week protein-only fast. Now, one thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is I'm not a doctor, I'm not a biologist, I'm not a psychologist or whatever that does these things. So, doing a protein-sparing modified fast, or any fast in general, especially when you take it to the extreme end, where you're basically walking 20,000 steps a day like I am, you're eating in damn near a 2,000 calorie deficit, eating only protein, zero carbs, zero fats. Like I said, walking 20,000 steps a day, hitting the gym 3 times a week, training intensely to failure, and also doing a lot of work and errands, and just it can be very brutal on your body. So it's very important that you're getting all the minerals and nutrients you need, and especially electrolytes, so you don't end up passing out. Basically, the supplements I'm taking right now, I'm taking sodium, I'm taking magnesium glycinate, 500 milligrams a day. I'm also taking potassium, and I also take B complex and a multivitamin pill, just to ensure that I'm not damaging my brain and my body doesn't collapse. Before you guys prepare to take on a fast like this, I highly recommend, if you do get these supplements, if you get these minerals, one, you can probably even get a blood test and see exactly what your body is deficient in, because when you're cutting out everything but protein, especially for 2 weeks, if it's a couple of days, you're probably fine. But especially if you're cutting it out for 2-3 weeks at a time, it can take a toll on your body, and it can actually damage it. Feel nauseous, dizzy, or it can even damage your brain. Just completely throw off your hormones. And even if it's not too damaging to your body, you can actually end up rebounding once you actually do start re-implementing carbs and other things back into your diet. So that's one thing that I want you guys to keep in mind before you actually go about this. Obviously, I'm not going to be filming every single day in this entire 2-week period. So today's day 2, I filmed day 1. I'm going to probably take another 5 to 6 days off, keep doing this exact same routine. Probably not going to document anything unless something exceptional or significant happens. Either way, guys, I just had to show you guys this view. Look at this beautiful park. Look at this beautiful view. There's really few things in life that beat going for a walk on a nice sunny day, alone in nature, empty paths, feeling light, feeling tired, feeling productive, getting some fresh air. This is Park Angrinon. I'm not French, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I believe it's one of the largest parks in Montreal. But it's so beautiful, the lake, it's so quiet, so calm, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on day 7, 1 week officially after the fast has started, and I'll be seeing exactly how I'm feeling, if there's any changes to my energy levels, my mood, how my body feels, and even if I feel a bit more productive, or if there's some visual changes to my face or my body. So I'll catch you guys on day 7. Peace. Well, it is currently 1:14 p.m. on day 8 of this challenge. Yes, I know I was supposed to check in with you guys yesterday, but I was quite frankly just way too tired to do anything. But now we have about 400 milligrams of caffeine in our system, so we should be feeling a bit better, at least temporarily. This challenge actually ended up being a lot more difficult and intense than I originally imagined, to say the least. But I'm not going to go too deep into it. You guys are going to have to stick around till the end of the video if you guys want to have a full recap of everything that happened over this period. But with that being said, I have a bunch of work to do, so let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is currently 11:59 p.m. I hope you guys can see this on the 5th of October, 2025. 3, 2, 1. There we go. After 14 days of arguably the most brutal thing I've ever gone through in my life, which I'll be getting to in tomorrow's video, but it officially marks a full 14 days of this diet, and it was incredibly tough. A lot of things happened, which I'll be covering in tomorrow's video. I actually have an apple pie here, which I actually bought just a couple hours ago. I love pies, and I've always wanted to try a pie from Montreal, so I got one from the supermarket. Obviously, I'm not gonna eat the whole thing. I'm gonna eat one slice. I'm gonna eat, and tomorrow I'm gonna make a video explaining everything that went through, everything that happened. I can't even speak. I'm gonna enjoy.
One eternity later.
So as you guys all saw, we did officially complete the 14-day protein sparing modified fast. It's actually been a little bit over a week since I finished this fast because I've just been so busy building my brand and working on it. I haven't really found the time to sit down and actually film the segment. But with that being said, I'm super duper excited to go over exactly everything that happened this week, and if I think you should try it out as well. So honestly, the first week really wasn't too bad. I mean, having to go to the gym and also walk 20,000 steps every single day while running on less than 1,000 calories and having no carbs and fats obviously sucks. But once you actually learn to fight through the hunger and you learn to get used to it, you'll actually feel much better, feel much lighter, you feel much less bloated. And honestly, the biggest change that I felt in the first week was in my mental performance. I felt much clearer, I had much less brain fog, I was able to focus more, I was able to be more productive for longer hours. Overall, I just felt a lot more sharp and driven up there. However, this trend did not last long because from day 8 onwards, all hell broke loose. I felt this sort of intense desire and hunger to eat anything that was chewy, anything that remotely mimicked the texture of carbs. I don't even want to say this, but there were times when I actually genuinely considered buying a chew toy. Now, this all sounds so intense and stuff, but trust me, the cravings were the least of my problems. The main issue I faced from day 8 and onwards was that my physical health was taking a massive decline. I felt so tired, so exhausted, so physically drained that I started collapsing out of nowhere. There were times when I was simply reading books or doing some work in the middle of the day and I would just pass out of nowhere and wake up 5 hours later and I couldn't even remember anything that just happened. It sounds bad enough, but surprisingly, it actually got much worse. From day 11 to day 14, I felt some of the most intense pain I've ever felt in my life. I might be exaggerating just a little bit because I've never gotten hit by a car, broken the bone, or anything like that, but I would wake up in the middle of the night at 3-4 a.m. with my entire body just cramping up and with the worst headache I've ever had in my life. Overall, I started out at about 75.5 kilograms in the morning and I ended off at about 71 kilograms, meaning over the course of these 2 weeks, I lost a total of 4.5 kilograms, which I believe is around 10 pounds. But a good portion of that was water weight, so when I did start refeeding, I did gain back 1.5 to 2 kilograms of body weight. Now, to answer the golden question, should you do a protein-sparing modified fast? Now, my answer really depends on what you are looking to get out of this fast. If you're simply doing this because you want to lose fat as fast as possible, you want to look as shredded as possible, as fast as possible, my answer would be a yes, but only if you have some special occasion or some photo shoot that you have to do soon and you want to look good for it. Because otherwise, I would highly recommend taking the route of a less aggressive cut because one, you'll end up losing less muscle, it'll be more sustainable, it'll be easier on your body, and you also lower the risk of actually reversing all your progress and even gaining more weight than you started off at when you actually decide to refeed. Now, if you're thinking about doing this because you simply want to feel sharper and more productive, my answer is a big fat hard non-negotiable no. If you really want to try some form of this fast, I would recommend you go anywhere from a couple days to a maximum of 1 week, because I can ensure you personally beyond that point, you will get absolutely no work done. You will be the least productive you've ever been in your entire life, because your body will be so focused on just surviving and pushing through that pain that doing work and being productive is literally the last thing on your mind. Now, with that being said, doing a protein sparing modified fast for anywhere from a couple of days to a week can actually be very beneficial for you, and it might just be worth the pain because, like I said earlier, I felt a significant noticeable improvement in my mental clarity, my productivity. I felt much sharper and I was just able to work for much longer and stay focused for longer periods of time. But anything more than 7 days, I would highly not recommend. Lastly, if you're just doing this because you want to prove something to yourself or you want to build that mental strength and fortitude, I actually believe that this is one of the most incredible things you can do to achieve that. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, this is so easy, this is absolutely no problem for me. Trust me, I did when I first started as well, but I can assure you from the bottom of my heart, if you're strong enough to push through these 14 days of suffering, your confidence levels will literally go through the roof. A man who can fight through such an intense and primal urge like hunger itself for 2 full weeks while keeping his entire life together is a man that can't be easily defeated. So if you finally decided on a random Tuesday that you're absolutely sick of your life and you want to build up that discipline muscle and you're not scared to purposefully torture yourself, this is perfect for you. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I'm going to try my very best to not turn this channel into a fitness one. But if you want to see more videos about self-improvement, e-commerce, and things like that, feel free to subscribe and also like this video. I'd really appreciate it. With that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.